We don't have any Notepad plus plus, sir.
Install చేసుకోవచ్చు notepad. It's free software, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So you can always install notepad plus plus, and then you have to install that hfm rules dot plugin. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right. So once again we'll go to the rules. Calculation rule. What is the syntax for calculation rule? hs dot expression destination POV is equal to source POV. So here, right, you can see this calculation rule, right? Destination POV. So the first thumb rule is LHS drives means left hand side, nothing but destination POV. LHS left hand side is equal to destination POV. So that is the hero in the entire routine. Okay. So it will always be base members only because you are writing something to destination POV, right? So it should always be base members. You cannot put parent member in that one in this left hand side. If you put, what happens? You cannot write. You cannot enter data and parent, right? So LHS always base members only. Everyone clear about this one? RHS means source POV can have more than one POV. You can add two POVs. You can multiply the POV, whatever you want. You can divide, etc., etc. You can use any BODMAS rule. Okay, so you can have parent members also because that is we are pulling the data from source POV and we are writing that data to destination POV. These three lines. Everybody understood? Yes or no? Please confirm. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So next, never put entity, scenario, and value inside the HS dot expression. So types of error we discussed, right? This is runtime error. So I have shown you syntax error, if then else. I have shown you logical error. It will not give any result. Runtime error. Now we will see what is runtime error. So if I put entity within the expression, what happens? So right, come here. So the same thing, right? We'll write it here. Dot e hash e1000, right? Okay, so put it as some 111. Okay, now save this one and then we'll load this rule and see what happens. So before that one, right, go to Excel. We'll open a grid and see. Smart view panel, connect. Refresh. So I'm dragging this entity to here and this one pivot to POV, right? Okay, we'll put it as January again. Yes, Jan 2016, right? Refresh. Then so here I'll put okay, right? Member selection, Asia base members. Remove this illegal, yes. Now refresh. Then okay, we have 1000, 1100 and 1200. Okay, so we'll try to load this rule file and see what happens. Clear? Right, so go to rules, browse, calculate 2, right? Yes, click on load and see whether any syntax errors are not low. See, number of errors, line number error, unterminated string constant. Okay, right. So we have forgotten to and this double quotation, right? So this is the error, syntax error. Okay, done. Now come here again, click on browse, calculate to, okay, click on load button. Yes, now see number of once again.
So there is an extra quote in these
Okay, where
next
it is?
in the next line.
Right. Okay, this is the error, right? So right, save this one. Once again, update, browse. Number of errors 0, warning 0. Now come here, right click, disconnect, and then connect. Done. Now here, right click and calculate, it will be calculated. No error, right? 111. Now, when I do the calculation here, then it will throw an error message. See? Error executing VB script. Where can I see this one? You can see this in consolidation right here. Click on navigate, administer, consolidation administration in the system messages. It will clearly show you the error message, what it where it went wrong. See error executing VB script. So invalid destination here. This is the error. Okay. See. So E1100. So we cannot put entity within the HS dot expression function. Okay, so this is wrong. So how do I restrict my data entry to this particular entity? Then you have to use a function, right? If condition, then you have to use if condition, right? So I'm doing that. Remove this one. Yes. Now here if HS dot, so when you go to your admin guide part 2, when you open the admin guide, rule functions, there is a function called member. So manage rules, rule functions. So member, efghijklm. See member. So this is the syntax. Come here. Say hs dot entity dot member member is equal to E1000. Then right.
Remember spelling wrong.
Yes, MEMBR. So, see, if you type it correctly, then only it will be highlighted. That function will be highlighted. Otherwise, it won't be highlighted. Okay. So, right. So, here, this should be in double quotes. Yes. Done. Done. Now, save this one. Now, we'll load the same rule again. Go to application. Click on update. Browse. Calculate to. Yes. Okay, load. Don't see number of errors, zero, number of warnings, zero. Right, perfect. So we'll do one thing. Come here and we'll load zero here and then submit zero. Okay, right. Right click, disconnect, right click, connect. So refresh. So make it as zero and then submit. Done. Now we'll calculate this and see. Click on calculate. Come here and calculate, it won't do anything. See, it won't throw any error message, there is no runtime error. Okay, so it will ignore all other entities. Clear? Similarly, you cannot put scenario dimension within the hs dot expression. Similarly, you cannot put value dimension within the expression. So this is the thumb rule. Everybody understood this point, these 4 points, first 4 points, is it clear? Yes or no, please confirm. Ask any doubts, then we will go to some other example. The very first thing is, in writing the calculation rule, the first thumb rule is be specific about your POV. Otherwise, what it is doing, it is writing the data to all unspecified combinations. For example, if you only put account dimension, I mean account dimension member AC underscore 101 100 is equal to 500. So it will write this 500 to how many times? To all entities, to all customs, to all ICP, whatever is related to this account, right? In every combination, it will write. So be specific about the POV. Next, left hand side drives means destination POV is the hero here. So destination POV should always be level 0 members, right? So you cannot take parent member in destination POV because it will it cannot write the member, right? You cannot write the data to parent, yes or no? So we should never put parent members in left hand side. Right hand side, yes, you can put all the parent members. You can give multiple POVs, one POV plus two POV plus three POV, yes, and you can give a percentages, whatever you want. We'll see that in next 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. LHS, never put entity, scenario, and value dimension inside the expression. So if you want to restrict this particular data to this particular calculation to only scenario, then yes, hs dot scenario dot member is equal to actual, hs dot entity dot member is equal to India, hs dot value means, so I did not mention anything, right? So come here. So here entity currency, drag this one to here. So entity currency, select the members. So entity currency adjustments, right. See, I'm selecting everything here, right? Remove this and put this. Right, done. Refresh. So entity currency adjustments. Click here and calculate. See what happens. It calculated, right? So here it should always be what do you say after the translation, right? Come here. See what happened? Come here. So parent adjustments it did not write, right? So including parent total, right? Okay, elimination again, nothing harm. There is no problem. Contribution adjustment, see, contribution, see, right? So one, two, it will write to NT currency adjustments, parent currency adjustments, not parent currency adjustments. Parent currency, it is not doing anything. Can anybody tell why? Why it is not doing anything in parent currency?
Because we selected only member.
Then it doesn't matter, right? Why it is not calculating for parent currency? That is my question.
Is applicable only base member.
No, it has to come from translation, right? So 2016 January, yes, come here, go to documents, open exchange rates, metadata grids exchange rates form. Right here, see 2016 January, we enter some 2 comma 3 comma 4. Yes, submit. So now come here and then write calculate. Sorry, translate. Even though you have given the translated, see what it did is it did not translate, right? E1000, yes. So translation rate we have given it as 2. 2 into 1 minute. 2016 January. Yes, 2016 January. Yes. So still it is showing as 111C. Right. That is the reason. Right. We always write our data to entity currency only. So in the rule, you have to mention if HS dot value dot member is equal to entity currency, then right. So shall we write that one? Come here. So in the same rule, right, copy this and paste it again. If HS dot value dot member is equal to, you have to put this one entity currency, then that's it. Now refresh, save this one, and we'll load this one. Okay, come here, load application elements. So click update, browse, calculate, yes, load. Now see whether any errors, warnings 0. Now come here, right click, disconnect, right click, connect. Done. So refresh. Now here under parent currency, force translate and see. 1 minute, translate. Now see, 222 into 4. Here also it won't do anything now. Here calculate again, it won't do anything. Actually, this should not be there. This is already written, right? It should be cleared first because already written. So we'll do one thing. We'll come to process management and then we'll consolidate and we'll see. Right. So total legal March, it's January, right? So total legal January. Yes, January. Done. Right click, consolidate all with data. Done. Now come here and refresh and see. This should be cleared first then. Parent currency adjustment, right? It is since it is already written, right? It should be cleared. Even this should be cleared. So first here, come here and click on calculate, consolidate, sorry, force calculate. So since it is an adjustment, we have written through rule file, right? It is not clearing. First you have to use hs.clear function. Clear? So we'll do one thing. So right, the same rule. How do I value dot member? Yes. Okay, we have to write it as a separate member. Otherwise, you cannot delete that. Everybody understood the issue, right? Problem, right? So while writing the rule, we should be very, very careful. So sometimes you will write to, you don't put this if condition for value dimension member, it will write to parent currency adjustment and entity currency adjustment. Later on, again, you have to write another rule to clear this one, right? How do I write this rule? Come here. So yes, I'll write it here. First, if hs dot value dimension end, copy yes, then is equal to entity curradu. What is the spelling? Entity currency adjustment. So copy this and paste it because typo errors. So we will avoid typo errors, right? Then hs dot clear, clear. So I want to know the syntax again. So rule functions, where is clear function? Clear. So hs dot clear POV, it is saying the POV, right? So yes, HS dot clear. Yes, we'll put this. That's it. Done. So ENDIF. Clear? Save this one. Now we load the rule file again. Load application elements. Browse. Yes. Calculate to. Yes. Load. Now I suspect error here. No. Yes. Correct. Then now come here, right click and disconnect, right click and connect. Done. We'll do the consolidation again. Refresh, right click, consolidate all with the data and see. We'll see. Refresh. Right, see? It is clear now. Inti currency adjustment is 0. Now you have to clear this one also. There is no other way. Clear? So we should be very careful in writing the calculation rule. Everybody understood, yes or no? Right? Next point. So always take ICP and custom members along with account inside the expression. Be specific about account, ICP and custom dimensions. Otherwise, it will write to all combinations, all unspecified combinations. Right? You have seen, right? It will write to all products, laptops, desktops, antivirus, OS, etc., etc. It will write to all custom for means FDME, journal, form, calculated, etc. It will write to all cash flow. It will write to all roll forward, all combinations, including ICP also. So we should be very specific about the POV. It will write to only that particular POV. How do I put the entire POV? I want to restrict the data entry. Now come here. So go to this rule file. Yes. I am deleting this one. Yes. I am deleting this. Yes. HS dot expression dot right ICP sorry ICP hash ICP none dot C1 hash LAPTOPS laptops dot C2 hash NONG none dot C3 hash ENDBAL bell dot C4 hash CALC calc. Then so we'll write it as 222 and we'll load this one 222, right? So yes, now it will write only to this particular POV only, right? So right, come here, load application elements. 1 minute, somebody is logged in. Load application elements, browse, calculate to yes. Now load. Yes, see any syntax errors? Yes, invalid expression. What is that expression? AC hash, C2 hash. Can anybody tell me where it went wrong?
క్యాలిక్యులేట్ కి సిఏఎల్సి అని షార్ట్ కట్స్ లో పెట్టాను దాని వల్ల అంటారా?
C1, C2, C3, C4, no, CALC, END BAL, LAP, TOPS, laptops. So, first we have to understand the LAP, TOPS, laptops, ICP, none also correct, none is correct, end balance, FDME or calc, whatever it is correct. So I suspect about ICP dimension. So is it ICP hash or I hash? Right? We'll see this one, right? Come here. So even I did not trial root trials almost it's 2 years completed. I did not touch this. So hands on, right? Done. I hash. So C1, C2, C3, C4, you can, if you want, you can write this one. Please write this particular, right now come here, write down. Please write and then we'll execute. HS dot expression.
Sir, before writing this rule, we have to clear.
No need to clear. When you consolidate, right, automatically it will be cleared. Okay. But for parent currency and adjustment and NT currency adjustments, it won't clear. It will create a problem unless and until you write something over that, over that value. Clear?
Okay.
Right. So come here, right click, disconnect. Right click, connect again. So instead of FDME, put CALC refresh. Right, calculated. All are green color. Right. So right, where is it? 222. Right. Yes. So calculate 222. Clear? So likewise, it won't do it in FDME or desktops or any other POV because we are very specific about our POV. That is account and custom combinations and ICP. So you need not put entity dimension, year, view, period, value, and scenario inside the expression. Okay. Year and period you can put. I'll tell you that we'll discuss in next for 10 minutes. Okay. Now, is it very clear about a specific view of this point? Sorry, this particular point. Yes or no? Everybody, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, yes. Next, carry forward of balances. What do you mean by carry forward of balances? So yes, last year closing balances. So here we don't need this all this. Yes, close this one. This entity currency pivot to POV. Right. So yeah, and POV I'll put it as FDME. Yes, refresh. So I don't want these two. Yes. So here I'm dragging my, yes, refresh. I'm dragging my year and I'm dragging my period also here, right? So 2016, March, January. Yes, we put December. Copy this. 2016, December 2007, 2017, January. Refresh. Done? Nothing is there. So 2017, January. Yes, I'll make it as 0 and I'll submit the data. Now I have to write a rule file. So here I'll put it as 666. Submit. This 2016 December data should go to 2017 January data. Right now it is called carry forward of balances from one year to another year. Can anybody tell me the syntax here? So right, come here, calculation 2. Yes. So I am removing this one as of now. Yes. Can anybody tell me syntax? I want my 2016 December data to be carry forward to 2017 January. I am asking you the syntax.
Year.
Year,
Y,
how do we call year?
y as
Y hash?
December
Y hash?
2016. 2016.
2016 dot
December.
period. How do you call period?
P as
P hash
December. D is
December. Okay. Is
uh,
equal to
equal to year. Y as
same Y hash
2017. P as
2017.
January.
Now you tell me here in the notes what is the syntax here first of all.
Destination POV equal to source POV.
Okay, which one is the destination POV here?
2016 and December. This is
No, where you are
17.
getting the data?
17.
2017 January is the destination, right?
yes,
So
reverse.
here
Reverse.
you have to put 2017. Here you have to put J and Jan. Is not case sensitive. Okay. So here you put 2016. Here you put DEC. Right. This is correct now. Now come here. I'm saving this one. I'm loading this, and we will see whether it will execute or not. So calculate to, and then okay, right load. Yes, and log file, yes, 0. Come here, right click and disconnect, right click and connect. Then refresh. Now we will do the calculation here. So click on calculate, calculate. Done. Perfectly, it perfectly worked. Yes or no? Any doubt in this rule, particular rule?
Yes, sir.
So I want to do it for every month, every year. Every year, December balances should be carry forward to next year, January. Now, if I hard code this one, it won't work for 2018 and 2019, right? It won't work for 2017 December to 2018 December. It will not work. Now, what do we do? It should work for all the years.
Sir, we are writing for single account. If we need to do it for entire accounts, then
Yes.
we need to mention all accounts or like some
No. Right.
common thing.
We'll use a UD1. We'll put all the accounts, whatever the accounts you want to carry forward to next year, right? We'll put a UD1 as RF roll forward or CF carry forward. Now you can write a
Okay.
rule. If HS dot account dot UD1 is equal to RF, then carry forward the to next year.
Okay.
Right. In live, I my style is to put RF only. So here see, when you go to your metadata, right click on open file here. See, when you go to account dimension, when you go to list view here, UD1, when you see the UD1, see, so I put RF, right? So it will be roll forward to next year. It's now tell me, I don't want to hard code it. In the notes I have given you, right? See, this is the point we are discussing now. Never hard code anything, example, year period. So how do I use the dynamic members? Already in data forms you use it, right? Current year, prior year, next year, first, last, etc. Relative time periods. You have to use that one. Now the same thing I'll make it as 888. Okay, submit. Now this should be same thing. Copy this and paste it here. 2016 2017 JN Jan 2018. Here it is.
Sir, December, sir. 2017 December.
Yes, December, correct. 2018 Jan. So here, refresh and say, so here I'll put some 777. Now submit and do the calculation here. It won't do anything, right? So error executing VB script. So because you have hard coded the year and period, it is throwing an error message. Clear? So now how do I do that dynamically? So anybody tell y hash? What is the I have to put next or current?
Next, sir.
Next.
Next, sir.
Why next?
It's destination.
Destination. Why next? Where do you do the consultation? Regularly, where do you trigger the consultation? In which year and which period you trigger the consultation? Sir, please mix
Current
up.
year, current period.
We always trigger the consolidation for current year and current period. So this should always be current, CU or cur. And you don't want it for all the periods. If you put cur, every period it will calculate. So FIRST, first month. That's it. So what is here? Next,
Previous
prior, PRIOR,
period.
prior. And here, yes,
Current.
You can put January, December, or you can put last, first, last
Last,
also.
last.
If you are very specific about your, you know the period exactly January, then you put January and December. Yes, this is correct. Or LAST last. That's it. Now save this one. This is perfectly dynamic. So it will work for all calendars. If your calendar is starting from April to March, then it will first month it will take it as April. Last month it will take it as March. So this is correct. Okay. Now come here. Now go to load application elements, rules, browse, and go to calculate to okay, and then law and then load, right? Perfect. See the number of errors and zero, number of errors zero, number of warning zero. Now we are good. Come here, right click and disconnect, and right click and connect. Done. Now refresh. Now come here, click on calculate and see. Yes, now come here, click on calculate and see. That's it. So carry forward of balances. The same rule will work for all the years. Every year you need not worry. Automatically it will carry forward the balances to next year. Is it easy? Isn't it easy?
Yes, sir.
So 1 minute, Amma. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting an urgent call. Right. So everybody clear about this one? This particular line, never hard code anything. So this one, is it clear? Now, what is ease base? You want to calculate for all base entities. Yes. If hs dot entity dot ease base. So when you go to the rule function, you can see a function called ease base. See? EFGHI. Yes, we regularly use this one for to calculate the for all base element, base entities. For example, you want to calculate only for specific entities, say Asia base members, then you can put your Asia here and base here. Clear? So yes, it will calculate only on normally entity wise. We never do any reservations. Okay. So whatever the calculations we do it for all the entities. But in case if you want to do, yes, you can always use this is base function. Clear? Next. Once again, this one I put 5-star marks and write be specific about LHS POV, otherwise it will write to all unspecified combinations. Performance will be degraded. How do the performance degraded? I told you, right? Sometimes your consolidation will go to a unlimited loop, means it will never end. You have to force stop. Even then it will not end. Then literally you have to stop all the services, and then you have to kill the HSV data source exe, that task manager, and then you have to restart the servers. So if you don't write the rule file correctly, then it will be a lot of time waste, and you have to restart the servers. Clear, everyone? And last one, always check invalid intersections. This is a logical error, no result. Okay, we'll write something now. So come here. So here I'm removing all these dot C4 hash none. None is equal to, so here I'll write some 999. Okay, save. Previously, when you give a invalid intersection, it will not throw any error message. See, come here, go to update rule, browse here. I'll click on calculate to yes. See, load. Now see, it threw an error message. Actually, it is very good. In after patches, right? It is showing the error because C4 combination none. When you open the metadata, here you can see when you open the metadata A101100, right? So balance sheet, here you can see here we put total C4 as our custom 4 top member. So none is not under custom 4 top member. See, when you give data type, when you expand everything, none is not the member of total C4. So that is the invalid intersection. See, here it is saying invalid intersection. So here logical error, right? So I'm deleting this one. Previously, it's a logical error. The rule file used to load perfectly, but you won't get any result. But now in the latest versions, right, they included this one also, invalid intersections. It will syntax error, right? Right. So here I'll write it as in current version, it is syntax error. Clear? Everyone clear? Save. Now, how do I write to this now? How do I correct this one? Come here, instead of C4, instead of none, put FDMEE. Now it will load. See? Right? C4. Now come here and close this one. Update, browse, calculate to, yes, load. Click OK and see the number of errors and number of 00. Yes, now it will work. Everybody understood the invalid intersection also, right? Always be specific about your POV and then invalid intersections also. This is called calculation rule. Any doubt in calculation rule? అన్ని పాయింట్లు అర్థమైనట్టేనమ్మా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ రూల్లో వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ రూల్ అడగండి ఎనీ డౌట్స్ ప్లీజ్ ఆస్క్ ఎనీ డౌట్స్ okay so I will show you live rule file. So out of all the rules, right, input rule, no input rule, calculation rule, dynamic rule, consolidation rule, equity pickup, which one is the most important rule? What is important rule?
Calculate rule, sir. Calculate rule.
Calculation rule, because without dynamic rule, yes, you can run HFM. Without no input rule, without input rule, without consolidation rule also you can run HFM, but without calculation rule, you cannot do anything. So out of, if you write 300 lines, entire rule file, if you write 300 lines, out of 300, 250 lines or 260 lines will be from calculation rule. So right, we'll see in the part three. In part three, in the practice part three, right? I have given you some specification also. So how do we write the rules? First, they will give the specification. This is the specification. See. So yes, there will be a documentation for each and every rule. They'll give the logic, right? You have to put all this in the logic, and then you can see all this. So, for example, there is one more this one also deferred tax. Deferred tax. See, this one I created this one long back. Okay, see, this is the specification. How do we calculate the deferred tax? All the calculations, right? Yes, we'll put it in the see. This is the POV. So you may not have this much of detailed documentation, but yes, always, once again I am saying, if you are not maintaining any detailed documentation, the next person who is coming for support, right, he will face a lot of issues in understanding the rules. So always, whenever you are writing a rule file here, you have to write the comment like this, detailed comment. Clear? So yes, this is the specification will be like this. Now, what is the rule file? See, here I have given you the rule. See, this is a live rule, okay? So when you click on home, see, so dynamic rule. All these are dynamic rules. See, you'll have all the ratio analysis, right? Complete ratio analysis, you put it under dynamic rules only. Calculation rule. So POV value, POHS dot value dot member. So is base scenario dot member. So in every rule, it will start with, see, like this scenario dot member, like this. Clear? How many? So you can see one control end. What is the last line? 3120, 3200 almost. So here, see, your calculation rule started at 130. So E and D sub. See, again, and sub. See. So even all these rail forwards, all these are calculation rules. And see, 2500 lines. So your calculation rule will occupy the entire rule file. So if you write 500 lines, out of 500, 400 lines will be calculation rule only. All the calculations, whether it is goodwill, see, come here, Control F, GOOD, WILL. See, goodwill calculation, fixed assets. See, all everything we'll do through calculation rule only. This is roll forward. See, beginning balance last year, prior year, last. Simple. Likewise, all carry forward of balances. Even this is case, right? 1479. This is quarterly calculations. 1 means January, 4 means April, 7 means August, and 10th means likewise, right? See, if your month is 1, 4, 7, 10 calculation, carry forward should be like this. If it's 2, 5, 8, 11, it should be like this. If it's 3, 6, 9, 12, it should be like this. Likewise, we'll do all the calculations with the help of amortization of expenses. See, amortization method. All these calculations, whether it is simple calculation or complex calculation, we do through calculation rule only. Clear? So,
సార్ ఇంత
you can
బల్క్
understand, yes or no?
సార్ సార్ ఈ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ అన్ని స్టార్టింగ్ ఫస్ట్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ దేంతో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం లేదంటే ఏదైనా స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు సార్
ఏదైనా స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు అది క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ సబ్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ రొటీన్. ఒక్క నిమిషం అన్నమ్మా, 1 minute ప్లీజ్. రైట్ సార్. మీరు ఏదో డౌట్ అడుగుతున్నారు సార్, మళ్ళీ అడగండి ప్లీజ్.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఇది 2500 లైన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇందులో మనం ఫస్ట్ లైన్ అంటే స్టార్ట్ చేసేది ఎలా, దేంతో స్టార్ట్ చేసి, ఏదైనా స్టార్ట్ చేసి డైనమిక్ తో స్టార్ట్
ఇట్
చేసి,
డజంట్ మ్యాటర్.
క్యాలిక్యులేట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి?
It doesn't matter. It will take the lines as a, uh, if there is a dependency, then we have to do the first, we meet the dependency. So it will execute line by line. Okay.
మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ మీరు కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు క్లియర్ అనేది ఫంక్షన్ ఫస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి తర్వాత రూల్స్ రాస్తారా సార్, లేదంటే
Yes, yes. For all major calculations, right? First I use clear function.
సార్
So
ఇంకోటి మీరు క్యారీ ఫార్వర్డ్ పెడుతున్నారు కదా, అంటే క్లయింట్ వచ్చి 2030 వరకే తీసుకున్నాడు, తర్వాత 2031 నుంచి మళ్ళీ తర్వాత FCCS లో ఇది రెన్యువల్ చేసుకుని 2031 వెళ్తే అది కూడా అలా క్యారీ ఫార్వర్డ్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది. ఇయర్స్ పెంచుకునే కొద్ది దాని కదా ఆటోమేటిక్ గా అవుతుందా, లేదా 2030తో ఎండ్ అయిపోయి మళ్ళీ రాయాల్సి వస్తుందా?
Even in HFM also it will calculate forever. Means whatever, if you increase the number of years, it will calculate next years also.
ఓకే సార్.
Because even in HFM also you can always add the last year, right? You cannot add start year, but you can always add last year.
ఓకే.
Okay. Clear, Amma? Right. So this is called calculation rule. Very, very important. Now, what is consolidation rule? So consolidation rule, I want everyone to answer this. What are the metadata items, metadata attributes, or any menus in space which will trigger the consolidation, which will be useful for consolidation? Please tell me. మీకు మెడ్డేటా మీద ఎంత గ్రిప్ ఉందో ఇప్పుడు అర్థమైపోద్ది. I want you to remember all the attributes and answer me which attributes will affect the consolidation. In all metadata dimensions, metadata items, menus in workspace, etc., tabs, menus in workspace, etc., entire HFM, what are the things you consider for consolidation? Kepalama, please answer. Whether it is right or wrong, please try to answer. Chapali. So nobody practiced metadata, correct? Yes or no? లాస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళు కనీసం ఒకటో రెండో చెప్పారు. లాస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ పీపుల్ అట్లీస్ట్ టోల్డ్ 1 or 2 attributes. What are the attributes, or what are the metadata items, or what are the menus which affect consolidation? That is the question.
Is ICP is calculated?
ఇంకా దగ్గరికి వస్తున్నారు. ఈజ్ ఐసిపి కన్సల్టేషన్ అవసరం లేదు. ఈజ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ కూడా కన్సల్టేషన్కి అవసరం లేదు. ఇంకేది కావాలి? సరే, ఇది చూసేయని చెప్పండి పోనీ.
Consolidated.
Sorry?
Is consolidated.
Is consolidated. Yes. So if it is ticked, it will be consolidated to its parent. If it is not ticked, it will not be consolidated to its parent. Yes, first one is correct. Next.
Node security, sir?
No.
Consolidation rules are yes.
Consolidation rules. Why? If you put consolidation rules, why? Then it will trigger the consolidation rule, consolidation routine from the consolidation rule. Otherwise, it will take the default consolidation. Yes, correct. Second one is also correct. Third one. Arc by period application. and a default value for active. So if your entity is inactive, not considered to its parent, correct? Yes or no? And org by period application, yes, these two. So other than this, when you go on management, so percentage of consolidation, percentage of ownership, right? So if you have only 80% of shareholding in your subsidiary, how much it should roll up? If you enter 100, how much it should roll up?
80.
80 only. So we'll consider this one also. Right? So all are these all these things, right, will affect the consolidation. So you have to call all these things. How do we call, for example, P1? Is there any rule function for this one? Search. How do I search P? How do I search P1 function?
Control F P1.
No, control F means there will be so many P1s in the entire PDF. So in the rule, search with alphabetical order. P1, right? M N O P A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Right? You got P1, right? So this is the syntax. HS dot node dot P1. Now I want to search the syntax for is consolidated. How do I search? Is consolidated syntax.
Again, we'll go to
Again, we have to click on rule
I.
functions
I.
and then EFGHI. EFGHI is consolidated. See, if HS dot account dot is consolidated is equal to true, then now I want to search which one. Okay, done. You understood how to search the functions, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Write down consolidation rule. Write down. Put heading consolidation rule. It is used for customized consolidation. What is the other way of consolidation? Default consolidation means N, right? So this is customized consolidation. This is used for customized consolidation. Second point, we use six functions. We use six functions. Is there any specific rule for function for consolidation? Yes, con function. Very, very important. A, B, C. See? hs.con. This is the syntax. We'll see what is that one. Okay, so far we know three functions: is consolidated function and P1 function and then con function. What are other three functions? We'll use that one. So now we'll stop it here and we'll discuss something. You want to consolidate. When I ask you a question, you consolidate. What is your answer? Chapalama. What do you consolidate?
Data.
Data. Perfect answer. Now, again, I'll ask you the same question. Which data?
Previous data.
Not
Ledger
previous.
balances.
Sorry?
Ledger balances.
Okay, done.
The one which we got loaded.
Where is the data stored? Don't say in database, okay? Ultimately, the data will store in database only. But where is data stored in HFM?
In cubes.
You are coming nearer. There is no cube concept in HFM, right? So,
Dimension.
yeah, only single dimension.
Multi-dimension.
What do you call that? Together multi-dimension.
POV.
POV. Perfect answer.
Okay.
So, you want to consolidate all POVs. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, how do you call the POV in the system? If you want to call account dimension, you are calling, there is a formula called, there is a function called hs dot account dot member is equal to so and so land or building, etc. If you call India entity, hs dot member is equal to India. But how do you call POV? Can you call POV? No, you cannot call POV because that is a combination of dimensions, right? So that is the reason they have given a function called open data unit. Okay, write down first function, open data unit. So all six, I'll explain you all six functions now. Open data unit. So in interview, they will ask you, do you know how to write the consolidation? Just by seeing the consolidation rule, right? Don't be afraid. Okay, it is very, very. So I'll open the consolidation rule, practice rules, consolidation. Yes, where is consolidation rule? Yes, see? By seeing this one, you don't be afraid. I'll explain you. First function is open data unit. Okay, what is the meaning of data unit? Nothing but POV. Clear? We discussed this just now. We discussed it, right? What do you want to consolidate? Nothing but I want to consolidate my data unit. I want to consolidate my POV. I want to consolidate the value which store combination of 12 dimensions. Correct? So that is called open data. So HS dot open data unit. So go to the rule function. How do I search that one? Unit. How do I search?
Again, rule function A B C D E F G O.
A B C D E F G K L M N open data unit, right? So see, it gets the data unit to process during consolidation, right? So write down. It gets the unit within brackets POV. It gets the data unit within brackets for consolidation. You can write for processing consolidation or for consolidation. Thing is same, right? It gets the data unit POV for consolidation. Syntax, write down this one. Whatever this one. Set my data unit is to HS dot open data unit double quotes. When I say double quotes, what does this mean? What does that mean? It means take everything. Whatever POVs you have, take all POVs. Okay. So write down this syntax only.
If we mention single quote, accounts we will close, right?
No, there is no single quote. Only you mention double quotes only. Means take everything. Take all POVs, okay? Otherwise, if you put only single POV, it will take single POV.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you don't know how many POVs you have, right? So whatever is there, whatever are there in the system, take all the POVs. So I put double quotes. Clear?
Okay.
Now the question is, what is this my data unit? What is this? It is not in red color, means it is not function. What is this then?
My data, my database.
What is that? My data unit. Basic programming. You understand by now.
My application.
No. In the notes, you go to basics of programming. What is this? Second point. Read the second points. See, here you have seen the DMAX. Here also you see where is my consolidation rule. Data unit.
Defining variables.
Yes. So here I defined called my data unit, and I am keeping all the clear. So
Sorry, your voice is somewhat disturbance. I feel.
డిస్టర్బెన్స్ అంటే మీరందరూ మ్యూట్ లో పెట్టుకోవాలండి.
కాదు సార్, బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది సార్.
బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
I came to nearer to the laptop. Okay, so he declared a variable called my data unit, and I am keeping all my POVs in that variable. So you can put underline and write, you can put arrow mark and write my data unit. It's first variable declared. First variable. Okay. Now, yes, I ran this and I got all the POVs into my variable. Yes. So now, how many times my loop should run now? How many times my loop?
Till the dimensions end. Combinations of dimensions.
Sorry.
Till the dimensions ends. Till the
It's not you are using a wrong word. Your intention is correct, but you are using a wrong word. Dimension. What is the word you have to use?
Till last POI.
Till last POV data unit. You can call both the words. You can use both the words, either data unit or POV.
oh,
Clear? So till last POV, or you cannot say system last POV. You have to quantify that one, right? Now, how do you quantify? One minute, just give me 1 second. Right. So, how many POVs you have now? Can anybody tell? No, right? So, first we have to count the POVs, correct? So, write down. Second, first function, everybody understood? Open data unit, everybody understood, right? Yes or no? Open data unit, something which will get the number of POVs into a variable. So, next, write down. Second, get num items. Get num items, items. See? So go to rule functions. How do I search that one? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Get num items. See? Where is items? Yes. So write down. Second function, get num items. It gets the number of POVs. It gets the, or it counts the number of POVs in my unit variable. It counts the number of POVs in my data unit variable. Syntax, write down this syntax.
So can you repeat second point one?
It counts the number of POVs in my data unit. It counts the number of POV from my data unit variable. So here L num items. This is second variable. Write down this syntax. Write down this syntax only. L num items is equal to my data unit dot get num items. L num items is equal to my data unit dot get num items. Now I'll ask you a question. Now once again the same question. How many times the loop should run?
till the POV ends.
No. I don't want the same answer. You have you have quantified the and you have the solution now. How many times the loop should run now? Anybody who have a little bit of programming language, right? They can tell. They have the answer here in front of the screen. How many times the loop should run? రాజగిరి గారు ట్రై చేయండి సుబ్బరాజు గారు the answer is
One number items. One.
L num items, correct. So the loop should run L number of items, L num items, correct? Understood, right, everybody? Yes or no? Yes. So second function is completed. Third function, write down third function. Get item. Okay, the loop is started. So what is the first loop? What is the first loop? First time, what it will do in the first loop? చెప్పాలమ్మా, try. See, programming is something, right? It's a logical brain. It's not a syntax. You will get it from Google also. Only thing is think logically. See, I am from core commerce background. Trust me, my qualification is MCom, MBA, CA entrance, CA center. I'm nowhere related to this coding, nowhere related to this technical part. But still, I become expert in rules, HFM rules, only by logical thinking. Clear? So even anybody can become like this. If I am expert, then anybody can. And BTech people, right? They should be super experts because coding and everything they will get it from their education background, right? No, I started this after joining the job. This coding, right? Now tell me, logic. Get item in first loop. What it is doing?
It's collecting the POVs or searching
Which
the
POV? Which POV? Simple answer. First POV.
first.
It cannot take all the POCs in one go, right?
Yes,
Why,
sir.
why do we run the loop now? Why do we run the loop? So to gather each and every POV, correct? Yes
sir.
or no? So first loop, it will pick first POV. Second loop, it will pick second. Third loop, third. Fourth, fifth, sixth. Likewise, if you are having 100 POVs, it will pick all those POVs. Now, how do you say to pick first POV? This is called get item. So write down get item. Sorry, here get item, right? You click on rule functions A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right, see. It gets the individual record. It gets the individual POV for consolidation. You write it as first POV. It gets the first POV and so on for consolidation. It gets the first POV and so on. Syntax, write down this syntax. So call my data unit dot get item. So what is this I here? Can anybody tell me what is this I? I started the for loop here.
Variable.
Right?
Defined in my
variable
variable
declaration.
also.
It's a
is equal
variable.
to I.
So I is equal to 0 to L num items minus 1. We'll discuss this what is minus 1. But what is this 0? It is nothing but the first POV. Correct? So yes, I means it will get the first POV. So STR account, STR ICP, STR C1, C2, C3, C4, D data. These are global variables. We have to put like this only. So that why do we put this one? So that I want to next function, right? I want to confirm whether this particular account is consolidated or not. That is the reason I'm quantifying this account. Okay, write down this syntax only. Write down this syntax as it is syntax. Call my data unit dot get item I means first POV. When the loop runs second time, it will pick second one. If it is third time, third POV. Likewise, it will pick all the POVs. So how many functions we completed now? Open data unit. It gets all the POVs. Second, get num items. It counts all the POVs from my variable. Third POV, it calls first POV and second POV and third POV and so on. So here I am taking the account, STR account, right? So what is meant by STR? String account, string ICP, string custom one. Clear? It's a global variable. You need not declare these variables. By default, HFM rules will have these global variables. Okay. So yes. Next function, write down is consolidated. Fourth function is consolidated. It checks whether is consolidated is ticked for particular account. It checks whether is consolidated is ticked for particular account. Next function. P1 percentage of ownership. P1 it gets it gets percentage of ownership from ownership management. It gets percentage of ownership from ownership management. Last function, con. Okay, you got all the POVs, and it checked it counted the number of POVs, and it started the loop, and then it called the first POV, and then it checked whether the particular entity is, I mean, particular account is consolidated or not, and then now it takes the decision. Yes, we got the amount, and it will calculate the ownership, percentage ownership. Now what it should do, it should write to the data, right? That this con function will do. Clear? Write down con function. Very, very important. Put 3-star marks. If you say that you are very good in rules in interviews, 100% they will ask you this con function. What is con function? Clear? I'll tell you our student experience. I don't want to take his name. He said that I'm very good in rules. The other guy asked, what is con function? This guy told, no, I don't know. That's it. Interview completed. Right? So without con function, you cannot do anything. So very, very important function. Write down con function, con. So see, con. So it puts the data into proportion and elimination, right as it is. So see, just to give, please observe, when you click on rule functions, whatever the function you take, here it will tell where this function can be used: calculation, translation, consolidation, allocation. Again, click on this, randomly take this one. See, allocation, randomly take the another one. See, clear. It can be used calculation, translation, consolidation, allocation. Every function can be used in all the rules, but this con function, see, it can be used only in consolidation rules. You cannot use it in calculation rule, you cannot use it in allocation rule, you cannot use it in translation rule. Clear? So write down the same as it is notes. I don't want to change this. It puts the data into proportion and elimination member of value dimension, and it can be used only in consolidation rules. Done? Did you write? Raskunaramma? Yes or no? Raskunara?
ఇప్పుడు రాసుకున్నాను.
Right, please. And syntax, write this syntax. Whatever this one, this is a syntax. Write the notes here. Syntax, you will be confused with by this one. So I put this easily here. This is the syntax. That's it. Now we'll manipulate the data and we'll see how the data is entered. So come here in the right click and disconnect, right click and connect. Done. So remove everything. So remove everything. Take a fresh year, okay? 2025 and Jan. Refresh. There should not be any data here, right? 0. So here, right? Take value dimension. Here, value dimension is the hero. So I put the value dimension here, and I'll pivot the account dimension and value dimension. Select member. Take all the entity currency. Yes. Refresh. So here I take Asia also. Okay, copy this. Asia. Refresh. So here Asia, I put it as legal.asia. legal dot Asia. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll put not Asia, we'll put E3000 so that right you need not give the translation. So come here, go to entity dimension. We'll take US entities because both are USD, right? So North America, USA, 3000 and USA. Okay. Legal dot, sorry, NA dot USA. And here E3000. Refresh. So here USA dot 3000. Refresh. Done. We are clear, right? Now you can enter the data as some say 200. Submit the data. That's it. Now we'll manipulate go to ownership management, take the entity as USA. Right, no issues. You have to, somebody has loaded the metadata, somebody is practicing. Now take it as USA. Done. Take USA. So 3000, I'll manipulate this as 80%. Okay. Come here. So done. Right. First we have to load this rule file, right? So come here, go to load application elements and then load the consolidation rule, browse consolidation routine and then load. Yes, see the syntax errors, number of errors 0, number of warnings 0. You can ignore all these validation errors. Okay, it's not errors, validation messages. So you have to concentrate on only these two lines, number of errors 0, number of warnings 0. Right. Now come here, right click disconnect and right click connect. Done. Now come here and then click on consolidate all with the data. We'll see. So the proportion, it should calculate only 200 into 80%, 160. Okay, it did not take into consideration, correct? So 2025 January, that is the mistake we have done. So come here, go to manage ownership, 2025 January. So 100, yes. System will never do mistake. Okay, so 2025. Right? Come here. Now put it as 70%. Yes, submit data. Right? So USD 3000, right? Yes. Now come here again, click on consolidate all with data. So 70% into 200, 140, this proportion, right? This is how the consolidation rule will write the data into this proportion member, right? With the help of these 6 functions. So in interviews, if they ask you, do you know consolidation rule? Don't fear. They won't ask you to write the code. Yes or no? Interview వాళ్ళు మిమ్మల్ని అప్పటికప్పుడు రాయమంటారమ్మా కోడ్ని. So if you by heart, that's enough. Say that, yes, I know how do consolidation. I can explain the consolidation routine. Explain. We use 6 functions. The very first function is open data unit. Say what it will do. Second is count. Get num items. Third one is get item. Fourth one is consolidated. Fifth one is DP1, percentage of ownership. It will calculate the percentage of ownership. Sixth one is clearly explain. This is the main function which writes the data to proportion and elimination values. So Same thing in the consolidation routine, sub-eliminatory, call eliminate. See, here I clearly mentioned V dash elimination. So it is writing the plug account, whatever the data in the plug account, right? It is writing to the elimination account. Yesterday, intercompany, we discussed it, right? Elimination will be done at elimination value dimension member, immediate common parent, plug account in account dimension. Simple. So same con function will do that. This is the way you answer. Clear? This is called consolidation rule. Please ask any doubts in consolidation rule. Please read it carefully, okay? So you have to by heart this, all 6 functions, and then answer. Automatically other person will understand. Yes, you know, you can manage. They might not think that you are experts, but right, in future, if any need arises, yes, they can use you for rules. Clear? Adagama, any doubts? Any doubts? Are we clear?
ఇప్పుడు ఈ రూల్ ఫైల్ వేయకుండా కన్సల్టేషన్ అవ్వదా సార్? అసలు కన్సల్టేషన్ అనేది జరగదు.
Because I put Y, right? In application settings, consolidation rules as Y, so it won't consolidate. If you put N, yes, you can, without rule file, you can consolidate. Default consolidation will be activated.
డిఫాల్ట్ కన్సల్టేషన్ అంటే సార్, అంటే ఇట్ విల్ బి క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ యాడింగ్ ఆర్ మైనస్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్ సబ్ట్రాక్షన్.
It's whatever the account type, right? It will based on that, it will consolidate. There is no need of rule file.
Then it is very easy to keep in the N without rule.
But every time if your percentage is changing, right, it won't calculate that one, right? See, if your shareholding percentage, if you have many subsidiaries, every month the percentage of shareholding is changing. Every month the method is changing. Then,
Okay.
so it doesn't fit. Default consolidation will fit only for few companies which has 100% shareholding.
Okay, sir.
Then see, default consolidation is very better for performance. Right? So if you are having many subsidiaries, joint ventures, etc., that is ownership management is typical ownership management, right? Default consolidation will not work. You have to write a routine. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So tomorrow we'll start FCCS rules. Clear? So did we complete all the rules? See, rules, manage rules, creating rule files, calculate, translate, allocate, we left, right? Input, no input, consolidate, dynamic, transaction, equity pickup, we left on demand. Except equity pickup and allocation rule, everything is covered, right? This is called rules. So in the syllabus, I put only basics of rules, because it will take at least 6 months for you to become experts in rules. And whoever are interested in rules, right, there is a separate notes for that one, admin student guide. Let me know, I give you that one. Okay, but practice, at least practice this basics. After that you go for advanced ones. Okay, see, you have to use all the functions in the rule functions. Clear? At least read once.
Sir, we can use it in rules practice application, right?
Correct? Yes.
Okay.
So that you need not disturb others in Baba application. So you understood the problem, right? Whenever you load a rule file, every person should log off and log in again. So when you want to practice rules, always use rules practice application, so that, right, Baba application will not be disturbed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So done for the day. Tomorrow we will continue with FCCS rules, and day after tomorrow, Saturday, once again I am saying, right, we'll start sharp at 7 o'clock, because we will discuss data management, right? It will take more than 1.5 hours. That is the reason. And please, before itself, you stick to that time. Okay, we'll spend almost 2 hours, 7 to 9. Okay, If it is earlier, then I'll leave earlier. So I encourage you, all of you, to ask more doubts.
Okay.
Okay, done for the day?
Okay.
Hello.